speed one by the developer Fabiano Sosi, and it was released on the 5th of April 2024. I gotta apologise if I pronounced that name wrong, I'm really sorry. This game has the potential to be the best racing game on the Quest 3, but it's going to take some work to get there yet. Now I know this game has an online multiplayer currently being worked on, but I would really love to see the single player version of this game being finished first. And besides, when I did try multiplayer, I couldn't find anyone to play with, so I kind of failed at that. I do believe a game needs a solid single player campaign, because if a game doesn't get a community, then it has nothing left to offer except from whatever campaign there is, which is why a single player polished game is key. So you load into the garage, and there you will find music on or off, a selection of cars with their stats above them, how much money you have, and the menu to choose from: arcade, multiplayer or tutorial. Pick arcade and off you go on your first race. The cars look fantastic, inside and out. The engine noises all sound great, and most importantly, the handling of the car is great. I love that the cars have mirrors so you can see what's coming behind you, though it would be nice if they could be made clearer, as currently the view is a bit blocky and it takes away from the immersion. And I think the sat-nav graphics needs a little work as well. Everything looks so great, but then the sat-nav looks like an afterthought. Also, I'd like to see different options for racing, not just grabbing the wheel. It needs to have stick steering options also to save your arms from getting tired by holding them out in front of you. The tracks all have fantastic backdrops. Possibly they could do with some more visuals, but they are more than passable. I gotta say, I loved the track with the dinosaurs. It did get a giggle out of me. I do think the grass and the mud needs to act different when you drive over them. Like, grass should be a little bit more slippery and mud should slow you down. The traction on the surfaces just needs to behave differently. The different weather scenes look amazing, but I think having a random weather generated would help to keep the tracks feeling different each time you play. I do love the night, snow and rain conditions. I would like to see more of that. I really like how aggressive the AI drivers can be. It's like a demolition derby, but I think half of the drivers should be aggressive and the other half be more professional at driving. Now on to some bigger changes I'd like to see. The game really needs at least 20 cars to pick from. There are currently only 6, with choices between 10 colours. There also needs to be at least 10 cars racing in each race. Currently, there are only 4, which feels a little underwhelming. Then I'd like to see at least 30 tracks. There are currently only 7. And then you can use those 30 tracks again, but in reverse order with different weather conditions, day and nighttime races. And it would also be good if laps would be varied also. It's currently 3 laps every race. And then finally, the game needs some kind of cup tournament system. Maybe 20 racing cup tournaments for bronze, silver or gold trophies, and then have a trophy display unit at the garage for when you complete each tournament. Have tournaments that only a certain car can enter, and best times added up over 3 to 5 races. Maybe have nitro upgrades, 3, 4, 5, 6 second bursts and finally a 7 second burst. And maybe be able to buy quicker cooldown rates too. People really like working towards goals and unlocks, and that's what keeps gamers invested in games. I'd like to see the music options fixed too. It took me a while to figure out how to mute the music, because when I pointed my pointer at the music stereo, nothing was happening. So maybe have the usual audio sliding options so you can choose how loud to have the music or the game effects. This game has massive bags of potential, and I can't wait to see what future updates bring. So come support this game and pick it up with this 50% off code that the developer has kindly supplied to me for you guys. I'll leave it down there in the description. By purchasing it now, it will bring in some money to fund the developer so he can invest more of his time into growing the game. Now please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, then come be part of this community and hit subscribe. Let's all support one another in our gaming experiences. Thanks guys, and happy gaming.